3000 BC and has been used for educating, entertaining, and inspiring both adults and children. There are many different types of puppetry, including shadow, marionette, stick, rod arm, human arm, glove, hand, and many more. But today, we will be demonstrating the rod arm. The first thing you need to do in order to operate a puppet is to decide which hand to use. Most of the time, it will be your dominant hand, since puppetry is 90% strength and 10% talent. So in order to get the full effect of this demonstration, I'd like y'all to raise your dominant arm, raise your forefinger, and follow along as we learn the 5 basic skills of puppetry.
The first basic skill of puppetry we are learning is entrances and exits. Since people walk into rooms instead of just appearing, puppets need to do the same thing. We do this by pretending to walk upstairs. To achieve this, begin by positioning yourself a few feet away from the stage curtains. The puppeteer holds the puppet upright and twists at the waist so the puppet is somewhat behind the puppeteer. Now the puppeteer will bounce his or her elbow 3 or 4 times, getting slightly higher within each bounce. This creates the illusion of the puppet walking up stairs. To bring the puppet down, begin by positioning yourself. To bring the puppet down, begin by turning the puppet around. Make sure that you turn your arm in toward your body rather than turning away from your body. Now as you move away from the puppet, away from the stage, bounce your elbow 3 or 4 times, getting slightly lower within each bounce. The second basic skill of puppetry we are learning is proper height and positioning. Proper height and positioning is an important skill because we want the audience to see the entire puppet. If the puppet had a belly button, it would be equal with a crossbar to obtain proper height. If the puppet is too low, we only see his head. If the puppet is positioned too high, we see the puppeteer's head and arm. The puppeteer also needs to stay 6 inches away from the stage to avoid leaning on the stage. And appearing sick. Puppets need to stay straight and healthy. Now the basic skill. No.
Our third basic skill we will learn today is proper lip synchronization. Proper lip synchronization is probably the most important of the 5 basic skills, since it's the most useful when it's done incorrectly. The proper way to move the puppet's mouth is to drop the bottom jaw 1 time for every syllable that you say. Get your invisible puppets ready. Follow along with our puppeteer. Let's try saying the word hello.
Hello.
That has 2 syllables. How about good morning?
Good morning.
That has 3 syllables. Let's try John 3:16.
John 3:16.
That has 4 syllables. Remember to move your thumb. Keep your forefinger still. Now let's count to 10. Remember, 7 has 2 syllables.
1, 2, 3, Another important part of the legal action of the movement is to begin by using arm models. As a beginning puppeteer, you will start by working with just one arm rod. You should work with only one arm rod for about a year before moving on to two. Now let's see what we can do with one arm rod. Let's start by waving at the audience. How about scratching your head? Rubbing your belly. Let's try a sneeze. Oh, that was so close. Watch it! Blow some kisses to our hands. Point to the left, point to the right, up, and point down. Now that you have mastered the 5 basic skills of puppetry, you can effectively communicate with your puppets. Here's an example to give you somewhat of an idea of what you can do with your new skills.
My soul that is here with me. I'm happy as a man who would ever be. My life is an ever overflowing cup. I'm on fire. I'm all prayed up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When my hands are folded and my knees are bent, I read both the New and Old Testament. I don't even let the phone interrupt. I'm on fire. I'm all prayed up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I tell him everything that's on my mind, and he lets me know it'll all be fine. I can try it on my own and I'll do my best, but to do that prayer would scare me to death. But it touches my soul and it gives me peace. It carries my burden while sweet release. I'm glad to say that he fills my cup. On fire, I'm all prayed up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I go to my room and I close the door. I just want to sing it more and more. There's only one cure for the soul of mine. That's to get along with God and spend some time when it touches my soul and it gives me peace. It carries my burden.